Hey folks, in today's video, we're going to be tackling our electric fence wiring challenges. Here on the farm, we're setting up a rotational grazing paddock system. We've had it in place already using poly wire. We're switching over to high tensile wire, and we're reconfiguring the paddocks. Today, we're going to be setting up one more line on the outside of one of the paddocks, and we're going to be tying it in to our main feed line, which we set up in the last video. The problem with that is I have a challenge in the corner, and it might not be a challenge for many of y'all, but it is for me. I got to figure out how exactly I'm going to tie this next line in, because then that's going to feed the rest of the paddocks. So y'all come on. I'm David. This is Live in Texas at Hidden Spring Farm. All right, so we're going to put a wood post here, and this post is actually for the future. We put a wood post on the last line that we did, and eventually we'll put one in the middle and go down on the back end of the fencing, and we'll split this paddock into two, so we'll have an extra day of grazing. So we're going to get this one set in here, and then we're going to move on to the line. All right, so if you look on our farm, we have terraces. And you can see I've got 3 T-posts here. One is set in the low spot on this side, one on the low spot on the other side, and one in the middle of the terrace. That way, that fence can work its way over the terraces. And what we're trying to do now is fill in between those, because before I had those plastic step-on stakes that you could put in for poly wire. I had them between the terraces. So we got to fill in between these terraces with a T-post. And right now it's going pretty good between the wood post and the first T-post. I got one, and between these other 2 T-posts I got one. I'm trying to put the T-post in every 16 feet, and then when I have something that's not exactly 16 feet, I'll split the difference on it just to try to make it look good out here. And we finish this one row of T-post here, we'll get to stretching that wire. I think the cows are liking being out there in that field over there behind me over here. Today's their first day on green pasture. We are doing our best on this land to make it very productive on grass and hay. We got plenty of hay fields and all that, but our grazing paddocks, have suffered. And so learning through the process about not putting them out too early and leaving them on hay a little bit longer has really helped. We got the grass up. In some places it's almost knee high. I've been driving on this, so it's pretty low right here. But they're out there on that first paddock. That's why I got to get busy on these, because I got to stay ahead of them. Oh, I love rainy weather. Softens that ground. Well, the other day I was pounding T-posts all day long, and when I'd hit those hard spots, oh boy, we needed the rain. We needed it really bad. So back on these fields here, we've got some weeds still out here, of course, but we are doing everything we can not to put anything on it chemical wise, because we are trying to do this naturally on this. And so I think by cutting these larger paddocks down into smaller paddocks, the cows will be confined in one area more, and they'll deposit their good stuff there, and they won't be roaming around so far. And anyway, that's my belief. I've looked into this stuff enough to think I'm making a right decision, but you never know, man. This stuff is everybody's ground is a little bit different, and we made a big step forward on some of these weeds by keeping it mowed in the winter. So it's really come back, and it's looking good. Even though there are some weeds in here, it's looking really good compared to what it did in the past. right, I got 6 T-posts to put up. I think I can get them done in 1 minute. So I'm gonna start the clock, and then I'm gonna get my glove on, grab the first stake, and that's when time starts. But I'm gonna start this right now. I can't do that. Let's do 1.5 minutes from the time this starts. Ready? Go. Taking too long already. All right, stop the timer, stop the timer. All right, it took a few seconds to get started and a few seconds to get back to the timer. But 6 T-posts in 1 minute and 55.24. That ain't bad for an old man, fat old man at that. All I can say is thank you, Lord, for the rain, because the ground was soft. If we'd have done that the other day, it'd have been 20 minutes. All right, these are those plastic stakes I was telling you about that we used to put with the poly wire. We got to get those up, but I'm gonna tell you something. Those break so easy. You can see the little breaks on there. I've had them just totally break in half. So they're no challenge for any cow. So the problems we have with that poly wire, we're getting it situated on this one. We got 1 more T-post. With the exception of a couple that were already up before, you can see on the terrace it needs to lean back. And some of that put in, I need to push forward a little bit, but that's the line. We got 1 more to put in. All right, so now we got to put insulators in, and I don't know if you can see down the fence, but my wife, she's trying to put them in on this back side on our barbed wire fence here, where we're gonna run the hot line to feed everything. But we're doing that 5-inch standoff on these. We got to put them here, and then we got to put insulators all the way down those T-posts that I just set. And we're gonna get to it. Right, on these T-posts, we're putting those snug insulators. And we got all of them done. The wife's down there doing a couple in the middle. We got them all marked, and these are the last 2 right here. We can start pulling wire. Boy, I tell you what, it's gonna be so nice to have this wire up and not have any issues with that poly braid wire. Man, that wire for us was all right in the beginning, but then we just started having issue after issue after issue after issue. And then once the cows don't have any respect for it, they just tear it up. We went out and chased grounds. We chased any type of breaks in that and all that kind of stuff. And that is just a terrible waste of time, man. So we decided we were going to switch this over and finish these out on high tensile wire. All right, so the reason for the title of this video about it being a challenge is you can see the old poly wire here, and this is a corner that we turned and went back right back down this same paddock line that you've seen us putting T-post on today. So we have got to come through here and figure out exactly how we're going to manipulate this wire from this corner. So, because we're feeding from the main line coming down this way, and then we got to turn, and this is not a 90, this is the 90. But what we want to do is we want to make it to where if we start having an issue, that the issue can't be anywhere in the wire. It has to be within a leg of the wire, if you know what I mean. So each one of these runs of T-posts that we're putting in are what we're terming a leg. So we already put the one leg up the other day. We put this leg in today. And then we've got this back fence here. This back fence, it goes down to the charge controller. And we're gonna run that wire all the way down to this corner. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set it up to turn on this leg. The other leg we put up the other day is fed off the same charger, but a different line, right? It's a different charging line. So now we'll put this line in and come down this leg. And if this leg's dead, then it's within this stretch right here. And then we'll come off this corner and we'll feed this down here and go back down that long way. And so that'll be its own leg. And then midway down this fence line is the post that we're gonna split this big one into, and it'll be its own leg. I think I'm gonna use these on this corner instead of those ceramic ones. So I think it'll give me a better way to turn this corner more abruptly, because this is not a 90. I don't even know what this is, 45, something like that. So I gotta pull the wire from the hot end, gotta bring it down here and turn this corner and run it. Now that's only for this one line that's coming on the top. The bottom, I'm gonna tie in here on a ceramic deal, and I'll feed from the top line to it, and then it'll go down the bottom this way. All right, so this is the setup I've got. I've got this charge controller here. It comes down, I got a ground. I got 2 grounding rods in the ground, 10 feet apart, wired with this insulated wire for grounding. Then, of course, you got your jumper wire comes over that's hot, and I've got this jumper in here to make these 2 lines hot. And this is the leg I was telling you that I've already put in. So it's for this paddock and this paddock here. So we're doing that leg. If you can see those T-posts going up right there, that's the one we're going with now. So we've got to tie into this and run it down these 5-inch standoffs that we have on this. So what I use is this little cart right here, and it wheels off. Sometimes it gets ahead and you got to fix the wire. But what I want to do is I want to tie into this one here. It's already here, might as well tie into it. And what I'll do, I'm gonna try, I don't know if I'll be able to do it. I like to leave it a little bit long and put it in this, and it'll charge this already without me having to do another tie-in. But we'll see how it goes here in just a second. All right, so they're there. And then when I get ready to tie it in, I'll come in and try to tie it into this nut here. And then that'll make this wire hot. All right, so we drove it down here. There wasn't no way to get the camera going while we did it, but you can see the lines laid out on the ground, and that's where we started, where we tied off. We got to come down to this corner right here, and we got to set this little turnbuckle. I don't even know what they call these things, but I'll figure it out here in a minute. We got to set it up. We're going to go ahead and put the other insulator in for the second line, but then I got to feed that line over here, and then we got to pull the line and go down here and tie it off at the end before we can stretch it with the ratchet. All right, so I'm gonna put this insulator in first. This ceramic insulator, I should say. This is gonna run the bottom wire on the leg of the T-post that we just put in today. All right, so this is what I showed you earlier. I'm going to use to turn this corner, and I'm going to put it on this post at 30 inches, and I'm going to put it on with a piece of wire. I've got the wire right here that's going to carry the load, so it's going to pull over just like this, wrap around this way, just like that. So now I'm going to run this wire through vertically and come over just like this, and see how close I can get this back here, and then wrap this wire. All right, so we hadn't put the wire in the insulators yet because I don't want to put it in there while I'm pulling with the mule, but here's the corner right here into this little corner insulator. That's what they're made for. And then we'll tie off on the ceramic insulator and run our bottom line. We'll pull it just straight on that one. All right, so we pulled all the way down from that corner you just saw us at where I put that insulator on. I got to put 2 insulators on this post here, and then I'm going to put the ratchet here on the top line. Now, ideally, in my experience, you want to run your bottom line first. But if I had ran the bottom line straight on this and tied it in at that post, I wouldn't have been able to turn the mule and drive down and pull this wire and all. So we're kind of doing it out of order. But now what I have to do is I have to get this set with these insulators here and the ratchet, and go back and put the wire in every one of these insulators on the top that we put it on, and then I'll ratchet it tight. That's our cows right there. Those registered miniature Herefords there. And that's their first day out on green grass. And that one right there in the corner, you see her? She is one that's challenged the wire before. And the other one that challenged the wire, she won a free ticket to freezer camp. And so this one here, I think, learned a lesson from that. But anyway, they're not bothering that new wire. So far, so good. All right, the wife really doesn't want to be on camera today, so I can't get her close up. But what she's doing is she's walking the wire along, and she's putting it in this top insulator like that. And so it's feeding through the insulator. All right, so we're gonna ratchet this slack out. I don't want to tighten it and pop it, so we're gonna go check the line, make sure everything worked out with it. All right, so that second wire for the bottom on this leg is just this insulator. All right, so that's it. They are on and they're tight. And like I was saying, I'll come back out after they've been in the sun a little bit, ratchet them down just a little bit more. You can see that one over there still taut. All right, so the camera looked like it went out. So just in case, I got these wire nuts here. I took a piece of wire and wrapped it. It goes through the wire nut, comes down to this one, and it's tight, and it's on that. So let's go wire to put a jumper at the charger. All right, so we got our charger, not our charger, our fence tester. I'm gonna put it in the ground, and then we're gonna check this wire. 9,800, that'll wake them cows up. Ooh, 99, woo-wee. All right, here's the other fence I did the other day. Let's just recheck it. It was 92, 94. It's 98. And the top one is 98. So them cows gonna get lit if they touch it. Now we gotta go check those two lines that we just now put in. Check them and we'll be done. 97 on the bottom one. And 97 on the top one. 98 on the top one. So probably somewhere along the line we got some grass touching the bottom line, but it's 9,700 on the bottom. That's hot, Josephus. That's real hot. Don't touch it. It'll hurt you. So the only thing we got left to do is put this leg in right here to split this one area here into two, and we'll get that leg in, and that outside will be tied in, and we'll have us 6 paddocks to start out with before we split that next one. Anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed the video. We appreciate you guys sticking with us. We really appreciate you guys sticking with us on the channel. We'll see you next time. You guys have a blessed day.